Hi, in this video, I will discuss about offset function. Offset function is very important function to make a reference of your data, make a dynamic range. So using the offset function, we can make a dynamic range. Whenever your data will increase automatically, that particular data will be covered in your reports and dashboards. So let's see the definition part. The offset function in Excel returns a reference to a range. That is a specified number of rows and columns away from a starting reference point. So in this offset function, we have to pass three mandatory parameter. You can see here, this is a A3. After putting on offset function, you have to take any reference here. This is a base reference, and this is a 0 is for row and 0 is for column. So if I'm taking here A3 reference, I'm not moving on row and column. At that time you will get output from A3. Whatever value is available in A3, you will get same data in your result. So let's see the practical approach here. Here I'm just opening the Excel file. So this is my Excel file, and in this Excel file, I have one tab which is offset function tab. So let's see. Here I'm just moving on that tab. So I have already shared this Excel file in your course, so you have to go through that. So now you can see here I have already written the definition part all here, and here I will give you few examples which is related to offset function. So here I'm just taking reference of offset and reference. Your first parameter is reference, second parameter is row number, and third parameter is column number. These three parameters is a mandatory parameter, and height and width is a optional parameter. How we can identify this is a optional parameter? If your parameter is in a square bracket, that is a optional parameter. So you can see here a square bracket in height, square bracket in width. So here I will discuss about these three parameters only. Okay, so let's see. Here I'm taking reference of A3. A3 I have taken, comma, row. Row I'm taking 0, column I'm taking 0. So it means you will get output from A3. So output of A3 is name. So your output will be name. See here. Okay. Now I'm taking second example of offset function. Here I will move the row. So here I'm applying offset function. Reference. I'm taking reference of A3, comma, one row offset. One row offset means if my reference is A3, if I'm moving on row, so one row movement, so I will take output of Amar, comma, 0 column movement. So from A3, I'm moving on row. So your reference will be A4. Through these three parameters, we create a single cell reference. So from A3, I'm moving on one row. So it means my cell reference will be A4. So now your A4 value is Amar. So output will be Amar. Say here. Now I'm moving on third example. So here I'm taking offset function, taking reference as a first parameter reference row movement. So I'm not taking any row movement, but I'm taking one column movement. So this one is column movement. Okay, bracket close. So what will be your output? I'm asking to you. So as per this reference, your cell reference will be B3. How? I'm not moving on row. I'm moving on column. So if I'm moving one column, so your cell reference will be B3. So B3 has gen, so your output will be gen. Now I'm moving on next example. Next example is a fourth example of offset. So here I'm taking reference of offset. I'm taking reference of A3, comma, one row movement, one column movement. Bracket close. Now your cell reference will be from A3, one row movement. One row movement is Amar, and one column movement. I'm moving on one column movement 355. So your output will be 355. Okay. So this is the basic use of offset function. So in next video, I will let you know how we can use the advanced use of offset function. Okay. Thank you so much for this video.